Yo! My name is BP, and today makes the start of a new tutorial series where you, yes you, will learn new techniques, new sounds and techniques that are rather harder to find. Let's say it like that. More niche techniques. And what better way than to start with one of the techniques that I use a lot. I call them the smoke scratches. I don't think that's their official name, but I don't care. I think that name fits pretty well. So, today you will be learning 4 variations. The basic one, I call the smoke trail. Then you will get the drags with it, which I use a lot. Then you will get the version that Bookie Blanco presumably does. And at the end of the day, you will get a whistle as well. I call the smoke signal. And I will also give you some tips and ways to use it at the end. So, brief history. The sound was probably invented by a UK beatboxer named X-Flaws, but has also been used a lot by different beatboxers like Dazzy, for example, as well as the drags. They have been used by a beatboxer from Brazil. His name is Nourish, but he, for example, has a little modified version where he emphasizes a whistle into the drags. Something along the lines of... Yes. Okay, but let's look at how we do the smoke trail, the basic smoke scratch. Okay, how do we start? Basically, you just say he. Okay, go on, say he. Now, remove the vocals. And what you have now is the airflow that you need for a scratch. And from that point, you have to smile. Okay, we're smiling. And then you drop the smile on one side, leaving you with this half smile with your mouth open on the side. And now we take the exhaled he and apply it on the side. And now you're left with the right texture. And simply to modify it, you have to close and open. Open and close. Super simple. And one way to modify the texture as well is the position of your tongue. You can put it in the back. Or you can put it closely to the hole. Pause. It depends on what texture you're trying to achieve, but it will alter it slightly. Okay, so now the second technique, the drags. This is a technique that I use a lot. And what you have to do is apply a basic hi-hat drag pattern on top of the position that you already have achieved. So the technique goes as followed. You breathe in, you breathe out with a hi-hat, and then you end it with a normal hi-hat. Then you apply this on top of the position. So and obviously you can also alter between the two to play around with textures, but that's on you. Okay, the third technique is the smoke trail Bookie Blanco style. So I'm not very sure if this is exactly how Bookie Blanco does his airy scratch type of sound, but I think it's fairly similar. And it sounds like this. That type of sound. So the difference between and it's the mouth position. So you do the exact steps, you go, but instead of doing a half smile, you have to do a O position on the side of your mouth. So you go O, and then you move it to one side. The tongue does not play a role. It's simply just and a O on the side. And for the last technique, we have the smoke signal, which is a whistle in the position. I believe this whistle to be the sound of Antilt. He does it with his technicality on the side. Insane stuff. But how I achieve it is I take the position of the smoke trail. So. And then I change the position of my tongue. Again, it's all about the tongue. How I position my tongue is I choose one of my canine teeth. So I go for this one and just push my side, my left side of the upper side of my tongue. So should look something like this. And then in this position, I go back to the mouth position and I get. Okay, some bonus stuff. Obviously, you can layer different sounds on top of the scratches. You can layer chest bass. You can layer any kind of throat basses, tongue basses, for example. I believe Daxi does the Bookie style scratch with a tongue bass, so something along the lines of. And a lot more. You can also slide between the techniques, which I do sometimes. Since it's just the same airflow, you simply have to readjust your mouth position and you get these nasty textures. You can even add a third texture by, for example, doing a sonic boom. There are a lot of possibilities. You can add it into your technicality as well, into basic patterns. But yeah, that will be it for today's tutorial. Leave some feedback in the comments on what I can do better. And please tell me what sound you want to learn next, or what technique. I am open for anything. So, goodbye, see you next time.